Look at you. You was popping all that good shit a second ago, then you got kicked in your chest.
I'm glad the baby cooperated, somewhat. And I say somewhat as in the fact that it's 9 o'clock. It's actually 10 minutes after 9. And I said I'd start around 8, but that's all right. My son needed to sleep, and he was comfy, and I hope you guys were entertained by what I was showing in the meantime. Anywho. My name is Designated Dave. It is 9:08 p.m. on the East Coast, Sunday, May 19th, 2013, and this is episode number 32 of the Rusty Racer podcast. Well, that's who I am. Tina's in the other room doing something. She might be playing WoW. But I got the couch to myself, and she gave me cheese and crackers, which are now gone. I'll probably go get a refill during break. That last video was from January of 2004. And that was one of the last few months that I actually had a normal working left wrist. Go figure. Anyway, this is the Rusty Razor podcast right here on DIU TV. Hello, everybody. And given that I was given so much time to prepare for everything, apparently I didn't prepare everything like I wanted. So let me just go right here. I need to make a couple changes. It looks like the stream is broadcasting just fine, which is a good thing. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. All right, let's see where we at right here. Videos. All right, there's that. Let me plug that in there. There we go. And let me take that, put that right there. Very good. And someone hit me up on Facebook. Okay. Anyway. So, Tina's doing weird things lately. She put up something about homemade Clorox wipes. She's trying to kill me, I think. It says homemade Clorox wipes, but I'm pretty sure she's going to try and make chloroform to kill me. She already left the stove on today. She actually left the oven on today. And she left the stove on a couple days ago. Now it's funny because she left the oven on today right as she knew that I was about to take a nap. And I think she was trying to kill me. I really do. And then she calls me. She's like, "Why is your phone going to voicemail?" I think she set it up like that. I think it was like, "Well, I tried to call him to let him know I left the oven on, but the house burned down. And no, I miss him so much. He. I don't know. But obviously she can still hear me, so she might be plotting some other way of plotting planning my device. Yes, demise. It's weird when I have to talk quietly, but luckily I have the microphone. So, let me pull up today's outline. This is DIU TV. If you go to facebook.com/RichAndTheAngryPirate, you will be able to see episodes of Rich and the Angry Pirate. I'm actually a couple episodes behind. I do admit it, so I will change that probably tonight. The Lurch and Dom live broadcast is actually normally on right now, but they are a bi-weekly show. So, since I didn't do a show last week and I promised one this week, I took their time slot today, except for I started an hour and 10 minutes late. And of course, go to diutv.com, which is probably where you're watching right now. Unless you're watching it on YouTube, then you're watching a replay. And if you're watching the replay, you're missing all that exciting action that I was broadcasting earlier because the baby was still awake. But anyway, go to diutv.com, click Ask DIUTV, and ask us a question. Plugs, ctplayhouse.com has a show on it called It's Your Underground with Chuck Nichols. I don't know when it airs because, well, it's absolutely fucking random as far as I know. NEFWProWrestling.com, ActionFigureTherapy.com, BlackRoseMinerals.com because Primo needs money for school. IndieEntertainment.com, LTLRocks.com, and Facebook.com/GetInTheRed is the Facebook page for AJ of the band Get in the Red. Now, AJ just had himself some broke back surgery, which is really funny because after he had his broke back surgery, Lurch went and saw him. So the broke back surgery may not have been successful because Lurch went and saw him and brought back the broke back. But anyway, I'm actually bantering to try and get where I want to so I can get a good picture of what is going on with AJ and how you can help AJ cure his broke back. Unfortunately, I'm not finding it because AJ puts up a lot of damn posts. Let me look at Dom's. Dom, if you wanna send me over. Wait, I got it. Got it. Alright, let me save this to the desktop. Boom. Okay, open in folder. And boom. Alright, and we'll switch that to mic in. Alright, so here's what you do. If you look at this picture right here, AJ, like I said, he just had broke back surgery. And he needs a little help for getting some of his funding back together because, well, he's not making anything right now. And it's like Kickstarter, but it's not Kickstarter. In fact, after AJ hogs all the glory for this project, I'm actually going to be doing another project, maybe the moving project, because these guys aren't as strict as Kickstarter. So I can put one together about getting me and the family to San Diego. But anyway, this is about AJ. AJ is bald and he's beautiful. And bald is beautiful. And he needs money for hair, for shaving cream for his head. And food, I guess. You know, maybe the guy needs to eat. But if you go to indiegogo.com/project/aiding-AJ, and the link is actually on diutv.com, so you can actually go to diutv.com, click the link, and you'll be taken there. Donate a little bit of money, and it's actually flex funded, which means at the end of the funding, he actually keeps anything that anyone has pledged minus 9% if it doesn't get met. Okay. My phone's let me know things about the pay-per-view event that's going on right now. So anyway, help out AJ cure his broke backness. All right, let's go into some news. KFC smugglers bring buckets of chicken through Gaza tunnels. For 6 years, Rafat Sharoro longed for the taste of a KFC sandwich he had eaten in Egypt. This week, he got his finger-licking fix at home in the Gaza Strip after a local delivery company managed to smuggle it from Egypt through underground tunnels. Quote, "It has been a dream, and this company has made my dream come true." The Al Yamama, spelled Al-Yamama, Yamama, company advertises its unorthodox new fast food smuggling service on Facebook. It gets tens of orders a week for KFC meals despite having to triple the price to about $30 to cover transportation and smuggling fees. The deliveries go from the fryers at the Al Arish KFC joint 35 miles away to customers' doorsteps in about 3 hours. I don't know. 3 hours seems like a long time. Tina, would you wait 3 hours for KFC delivery? Okay, I didn't think so. That's what Don just sent me. Okay, I got an alert from Dropbox. I'm like, what the fuck? But let's check this out. Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. Oh, this has got to. This has definitely got to go on there. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. All right. There we go, and there we go. That's AJ, and that's Nurse Lurch doing God knows what to him. Looks like he's giving him an enema. Poor AJ. He thought he cured the broke back, but it didn't work. Ew. Anyway. So yeah, the fact that the tunnels operate quickly and cheaply enough for the Colonel's secret recipe to be enjoyed in a tightly controlled Gaza Strip, it just shows how much of a sieve that the Egypt-Gaza border has become. Quote, all you need to have any KFC is a short phone call in a few hours. Then you can enjoy the great taste of fried chickens. Like other customers who are acquainted with KFC from their travels abroad, he says he doesn't care how much it costs. I just want it. That's, I don't know. I mean, this is this guy that he's a smuggler. He says for the tunnel owner who smuggles the KFC food, moving the meals is a bit strange. Smuggler Abu Ayad, damn foreigner, says the tunnels are meant to bring in basic foodstuffs, construction materials, and sometimes people. Quote, this is the first time to smuggle such goods, he says. He added that the tunnel business has gone down recently, mainly after Israel relaxed the embargo imposed on the territory after Hamas seized it in 2007. Oh, he's giving him a catheter. Gotcha. Quote, this is why I accept to smuggle anything except for weapons and drugs. Which is why he smuggles KFC. Interesting. Absolutely interesting. Alright, while I bring up this next story, we'll go back to the picture of AJ getting a catheter from Lurch. This is a video, so you gotta give me just a second. Don't worry, I'm still here. Alright, let's bring it back to us. Right here. Okay, and where is it at? Okay, there we go. So this is a video. It's called A Grizzly Ate My GoPro. And I'm only going to show you a little bit of it. But it's relatively funny. If it just gives you the just use your imagination, if you will. That I don't like. Hold on. I don't know why my thing is not cooperating with me. It's got a little bit of a delay, and I don't like that delay. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we got it. Switch back over here. And just imagine, if you will, this is what it'll look like if you're attacked by a bear. I don't believe there's any music in the background. Imagine that. Just look at that. Ew, that's so disgusting. So yeah, just imagine your last moments of your life staring down the fucking gullet of a bear. Now you know what it looks like. You're welcome for the nightmares that I just caused. I'm actually going to bring up another video real quick that has nothing to do with this. I just want to make sure that my audio is broadcasting properly from the presenter. See if he'll do it again. Okay, there we go. Hi, buddy. Hey, you're on camera. Okay, I'll show the baby rolling over because it's cool. And it's my son. And it's my show. You gonna go all the way? You gonna go all the way, buddy? You can go all the way? Come on, you can do it. Come on. Come on. You're almost there. My best friend says that my son looks more like Tina than he does me. I don't see it. And and Tina says neither does she. So anyway, that's that. A break-in suspect found stuck in own vehicle. A woman accused of breaking and entering and then stealing from a hotel was arrested in what would have been her getaway car on Monday morning in Curtis, Michigan. The twist? The woman had locked herself in the car and couldn't get out because the interior door latches were stuck and she dropped her keys. Without the keys, she can't roll down the windows. During the course of the theft, the suspect unknowingly lost the keys to the vehicle, and after loading and getting into it, realized she was locked inside because the inside door latches were broken, explained troopers in a news release. ClickOnDetroit.com reports the 42-year-old woman was alleged to have been found with the food, dishes, and silverware from Chamberlain's Inn. When police arrived at the scene, they found the suspect still in her car and unable to go anywhere. According to ClickOnDetroit.com, she was in jail pending formal charges. Okay, got another video to show you. Gonna load it up. And right. Let me try this again. Gonna load it up. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on now. Come on. This was a great story. Oh, there it goes. All right. Let me set up the presenter to go over here. Oops. I don't know. I want to get people's opinions on this news story. What it is this son and his date were escorted to their school's senior prom in a fire truck. And his dad is the chief of the fire people. Fire people. He's the chief fireman. I don't know what the fuck their title is called. Fire chief. That's it. Fire chief. So let's go back here. And check it out for yourself.
Lived in that house.
New at 6, every kid likes to have a nice ride when he goes to the prom. Well, one boy took a fire truck to his school dance, but that move is now causing a bit of controversy. Trina Orlando is live with the details. Trina.
Yeah, just a bit, Susan. Dustin Sander is the fire chief's son and basically grew up around the fire department. So when it came time for his senior prom, he thought it would be fun to trade in the traditional limo for a fire truck. It's a Kodak moment for any young firefighter showing up at the senior prom on a fire truck. But when the photos of Dustin Sander and his date appeared in the local newspaper, West Newton Borough Council wasn't humored.
Clearly, it's not in the line of duty. It's not a parade. It's not a fire. It's not helping the community or anything in that fashion. It's something that's strictly personal.
The issue is whether it was an inappropriate use of borough money, which helps to cover the cost of the fire department's insurance. Fire Chief Craig Sanders says the truck was driven from the department to York High School in Hermione and returned in a matter of minutes. The chief's wife even followed the truck to the school in case there was a fire call during the 6-mile ride. Chief Sander told me over the phone, "This is being blown out of proportion. I feel badly that people are upset, but the truck was never out of service. I was trying to do something nice for my son, who puts in many volunteer hours with the departments." No disciplinary action will be taken because no laws were broken. Council will simply be sending a letter to the department expressing its displeasure in hopes that this won't happen again.
You know, guys, you do wonderful work, but please, be a little more careful about what you do in the future. That's all.
And the chief tells me he feels terrible about what happened. He says he thought this would be a night his son would never forget, but this isn't quite the memory he had in mind. Live in Westmoreland County, I'm Trina Orlando, KDKA TV News.
No, you can bring it here if you want. There's some more crackers, please. You could also join me if you wanted. Tina's going to go to bed. Say bye to the people, Tina. What? Say bye to the people if you're going to bed. So what does everyone think about that? I agree with the firefighter that it's being blown completely out of proportion. Apparently they estimated the cost to the borough at $100. To make him happy, the fire chief just fucking drop $100 in there. I mean, guess what? It would have been more expensive to get the limo. Drop $100 in there. Tell everyone to go fuck off. That's what I'm saying about that. Woman allegedly threatens neighbor with plunger over foul odor. A Massachusetts woman upset by a foul odor emanating from her neighbor's house is in hot water after allegedly threatening to hit the neighbor with a plunger. The Lowell Sun reports Irene Cohen, of 44, was released on personal recognizances after she pled not guilty to assault with a dangerous weapon. Sweetie, would you consider a plunger a dangerous weapon? Okay. The alleged incident took place on Sunday, the Lowell Sun reports. This was last Sunday. The neighbor told police that Cohen was angry over some plumbing work that had caused a bad smell to waft from the property. During a confrontation with the victim, Cohen allegedly began to yell at... I was going to laugh my ass off if you tripped over that swing and just went plunk. Cohen allegedly began to yell at her and spit in her face, and then picked up the plunger, raised it above her head, and threatened to hit her with it. The victim described Cohen as wildly out of control. The victim ran back inside her house for fear of being hit. According to police reports cited by the Lowell Sun, you hit me in the face with that, would be pissed. Cohen did admit to arguing with the neighbor of the smell, but denied using the plunger in a threatening manner. Cohen also said the neighbor spit in her face and called her a racist slur. The neighbor denied those allegations. So Tina still needs ideas for her show. She says she wants to do a couponing show. You need to do a show. We could put the clips together. And Tina says she doesn't want to do a cooking show because she doesn't want to compete with Dom. I don't know, Dom.
I think I can make a funny cooking show, but I don't think I'd like clean up the mess.
I don't know if anyone heard her, but she says she thinks she can make a funny cooking show, but she doesn't want to clean up the mess. And with that is the end of our news segment. It is 9:29. You are watching the Rusty Razor podcast on DIU TV. We're going to go a double shot. We're going to go, let's see. We're going to go with white cheddar, 60 more bars. And Deucebug and Chuck Nichols. We Be Out Here. Both of these are from Full Blast mixtapes. 60 More Bars, I believe, is from Volume 4. We Be Out Here is from Volume 3. We'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. My name is White Cheddar, and I'm a rapper. And you are now tuned in to the Full Blast Mixtape Volume 4. Not 4, 4. F-O'4. Yo! I don't give a fuck, I'm laughing at your beliefs. It's a fact, I'm a beast. Putting rappers to sleep. I bark loud, you bite hard like you got Dracula's teeth. But this a mixtape, so bet your ass I'm jacking for peace. You motherfuckers ought to try and practice half what you preach. Mean mugging, knowing damn well you cats are petite. Got something to say? Well, I ain't asked you to speak. I'm making moves, paying dues while bragging the least. My potential shows no signs of passing its peak. I am not prepared to settle for a snack or a treat. I'm starving, won't stop until we having a feast. Till they shouting out the name Full Blast in the streets. Heard your girlie was a groupie and a ravishing freak. You can catch me nose diving in a vaginal crease. Make a moan, make a scream with the shaft of my peak. Got your first lady calling me commander-in-chief. Ask your baby mama about the guy she couldn't replace. Any idiot can tell by the look on your face. You got the pussiest traits. You were shook from the gate. If they were being figured out and getting put in your place. The truth hurts. It ain't my fault that you mistook it for hate. Fuck pressing your luck. You straight up pushing your faith. Bad judgment like finding out that Snooki was raped. There are dire consequences for them rookie mistakes. If I were you, I'd abandon all hope and be worried. Cause I don't fuck around, I'll take you out your zone in a hurry. I got a mean writing, homie, you provoking a flurry. It's all fun and games until I send you home on a gurney. Focus is blurry, and the end of the road for your journey is right now. Give it up, man, it's over with early. Say a prayer and make a call to your local attorney. I don't drive a Lambo and I ain't showing no mercy. So step up, find out for yourself if I'm approachable. Let's go bar for bar and see who got the better quotable. You're boring me to death, your style is too parochial. Say my name all you want, beefing is promotional. Fuck a drug, my substance is uncontrollable. Shitting on the game, punchlines I got a colon for. Y'all are easily offended, overly emotional. Sensitive as fuck and clinically inconsolable. Tell me this, honestly, who can respect you? Every time another rapper makes a move, it affects you. My music offends you, my sense of humor upsets you. And every adjective I spit, you assume is against you. Fall back, you don't got enough goons to protect you. Send every last member of your crew to your rescue. Need to reevaluate who who you're choosing to step to. Y'all ain't doing shit as long as I'm refusing to let you. Ease off, I can give a fuck less what you broad say. Grow up, you can't have everything your way. Keep an eye on your kids when letting the dogs play. You're tripping, man, trying to get attention the wrong way. Nowadays you gotta learn a lesson the hard way. And I don't get down with that effeminate horseplay. You and everyone you know are destined to part ways. Cause karma, she a bitch and I'll be sending her your way. Why does everybody try to front like a boss when 95% of rappers don't do nothing but talk? Stop running up a tab, you can't cover the cost. Now turn the shit off before I piss somebody off.
Chuck Nichols and Deuce Bug, we at it again, man. CT, we be out here. Solo to BPT, we be out here. New Haven to the Valley, we be out here. We rage and get rowdy, we be out here. 203 CT, we be out here. Solo to BPT, we be out here. New Haven to the Valley, we be out here. We rage and get rowdy, we be out here. Yeah, I'm known in the birds and I'm known in the street. I'm known by the nerds and the global elite. I'm known on YouTube and I'm known when I tweet. Been known as own and rock a microphone at a beat. I'm the best known unknown rapper you know. That'll unfold each and every rapper you know. Yeah, I know a lot of rappers, but these rappers don't know. Yeah, I'm kinda bold, but I'm a rapper, you know. Yeah, I'm kinda bold like I'm smacking your hoe. Yeah, I'm kinda cold like I'm rapping the snow. Yeah, I'm kinda known off an immaculate flow, but I'm dead broke. Stop acting like I rap for the dough. I rap cause I love rapping, got a passionate flow. I love rap, love tracks, I love passing the drum. I love fans, love groupies, I love laughing at hoes. I love hitting up the diner drunk at
I realize our mic's on. Hold on.
Act with class and rap class, but I never rag when I pass raps to the mass class. It don't matter the class, it's a matter has mass. And the fact of the matter's so matter of fact. The fact is true passion, I'm stark and mad brag. Connecticut on my back like Parkins and knapsack. We bright as brass, we dark as black mass.
You know, I gotta pause the music for a second. I think Tina looked better pregnant than Lurch does. I'm just saying.
Pottery than the arts and craft class. CT, we be out here. Solo to BPT, we be out here. New Haven to the Valley, we be out here. We rage and get rowdy, we be out here. 203 CT, we be out here. Solo to BPT, we be out here. New Haven to the Valley, we be out here. We rage and get rowdy, we be out here.
Like yes, Chuck, known to travel to tri-state. Genius on the mic like the lyrical Bill Gates. Name holds weight like Gold Jim. Talk slick to the kids. Shotty Lee with no chin. Flows in sin. Man, it's fire when I speak. Call me lighter fluid. Just add sparks to the beat. My team larger in the street like Krusty the Clown feet. Heard your squad was vegetarians. I don't want no beef. And yeah, I'm a diabetic. There ain't nothing about me sweet. Play me for a chump. Stab with a syringe in his cheek. Stay with the heat like I'm related to Smith & Wesson. Favorite game is tech in your face, I catch him. And I move trees like a strong wind against your house. Stay away from these like he got effed up in the drum. Keep my name out your mouth. In your hood I got clout, but with full blast movement, yeah, without a doubt.
CT, we be out here. Solo to BPT, we be out here. New Haven to the Valley, we be out here. We rage and get rowdy, we be out here. 203 CT, we be out here. Solo to BPT, we be out here. New Haven to the Valley, we be out here. We rage and get rowdy, we be out here.
Tina's mad at me. She's mad that I uncovered her plot to kill me with the oven. Look at that evil face. I said, look at that evil face. Poke your head in. I am talking to myself. She's trying to fist me now. Wow. I don't know about all that. It is 9:30. It is 9:36. And we're back on the Rusty Razor. Tina's about to say goodbye to everyone. I think she wants to kiss me. She's going to have to do it on camera. Dirty girl. You gonna give me a kiss or no?
Yep.
Mwah. So anyway. Alright, we're back. And I have a phone call to make. Hopefully this person will answer their phone. I don't have a lot of faith. I really don't. But let me make sure Skype is What? I'm gonna call you. I like how Tina's always nosy. Who are you calling? I am going to call someone who needs to plug their show. So, let me bring this up. No, sweetie. Lurch doesn't need to plug his own show on DIU TV. All right.
Hello?
Chuck, you are live on the Rusty Razor podcast.
How did I figure I was live on the Rusty Radio podcast? What the hell is going on, Dave?
Nothing much, man. We actually got a really late start to the show because of the little one. But we actually just came back from music break. We played We Be Out Here by you and Deuce Bug. And I figured I would give you this opportunity to plug your show.
Word. It's Your Underground with Chuck Nichols and my homie JD on... See, actually, you got to log on to live365.com and search ctplayhouse.com, and then search It's Your Underground. You know, work with me.
And I will be linking that in the Rusty Razor podcast Facebook page.
Yes, do that, and you know, I'll do the same when I get on.
Of course.
What's going on? How you living out there? What's the deal? How's Radio Land going?
Radio Land's all right. Video Land's even better since I do a video show. But since
I gotta come up on the show one day.
Yeah, seriously, you need to. I mean, it's not like I don't really go anywhere right now. But no, since we actually got started late because the baby didn't want to cooperate. So instead of starting the show,
turned up.
So instead of going live with the show, I actually showed some old videos of me and my friends doing backyard wrestling and shit like that.
Okay, yeah, I actually watched a couple of those one day.
Oh yeah, and I got so many more. Maybe I'll convert them all and just randomly post them during the day and just broadcast them. But
yeah, you do that, and you got to come on my show one day and actually do a broadcast. Come in and sit in as a guest one day.
Definitely. Yeah. Do you know when you go on? I mean, are you guys just absolutely random or what?
No, we actually. I'm doing recordings now. I want to go live in about a week or two. I have an actual date on Facebook within this week. You know what I'm saying? But we do Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, so I can catch the show nights and promote all the artists' shows that's going on. And for those who do listen to the Rusty Radio podcast, make sure you like the Facebook page. It's Your Underground with Chuck Nichols and JD. Keep up with everything that CT in America is doing, actually. And, we do post. We post local. We post industry, but we do keep you up to date with what's going on. We just try to make it happen for us, you know what I mean? Because there's not a lot of underground outlets right now. So if you got any shows or whatever the case is, make sure you post it on the wall. Hit us up on the inbox.
Yeah, definitely. And don't forget Cafe 9, May 31st.
Yeah, May 31st, we're releasing that Mantis. Make sure y'all in the building. Tickets will be on sale. Actually, tickets are on sale. If you my Facebook friend, hit me up. It's your boy on Facebook. Hit up my dude Deuce Bug. We actually got a lot of things coming up. So,
yeah, you guys are doing back to back, May 31st and June. You're doing June 1st in Massachusetts, right?
We actually doing the 29th. The 29th is Summers, and then it's the 31st, and then the 1st. Yeah, we starting early. We got this little full blast tour going on.
Nice, very nice.
You know, we grinding, Dave. We trying to bring you that heat this summer.
Well, come on, it's just like the song said. We be out here.
Yes, you dig?
All right, Chuck, you got anything else you want to plug right now?
Pause. Shout out to everybody listening. Make sure you keep supporting Rusty Razors. Check out the It's Your Underground show. Like the page on Facebook. Hit me up. You know, and all that support, man. That's what I'm trying to spread the word on support.
Definitely. And like I said, I will plug the shit out of it on the Rusty Razor page.
Yeah, word, yo. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, no problem. And your phone call just eclipsed 420. Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's your boy, man. Holla at me, Dave.
All right, go ahead and do your business.
All right,
How was that call? I think it was excellent. Thank you, Skype. Okay. All right, let's get into some mixed martial arts news, shall we? Last night, UFC on FX8, Belfort versus Rockhold. And let's go down the list. Where are we at? I actually missed all the Facebook prelims, but it doesn't look like any of them... Well, actually, Fight of the Night was the first fight. And I missed that because I was sleeping. Anyway. Let's see. Fabio Maldonado defeated Roger Hollett by unanimous decision, 29-27, 29-28, and 29-27. I don't know how the hell they got 29-27 scores. And I do agree with Dana White, saying that Roger Hollett was robbed. Yuri Alcantara defeated Eliardo Santos by TKO via punches, 231 in round 1. Let's see, what else? Gleison Tibau defeated John Cholish by a guillotine choke, 234 in round 2. John Cholish actually retired after the fight, saying it's just not worth it anymore financially. Francisco Trinaldo defeated Mike Rio with an arm triangle choke, 3 minutes and 8 seconds into round 1. Nick Lentz defeated Hakran Diaz by unanimous decision, 29-28, 29-28, and 28-27. Fucking weird-ass scores. I don't know what the hell. Rafael Natal defeated Yoel Zarafino by unanimous decision, 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. Rafael Dos Anjos defeated Evan Dunham. That, again, was a weird decision. 29-28 across his cards. Jacare Souza defeated Chris Camozzi. Technical submission via an arm triangle choke. Dude, he fucking slapped on this arm triangle, and Camozzi was out within like 5 seconds. It was so fucking slick. It actually won submission of the night for $50,000. And in the main event, Vitor Belfort defeated Luke Rockhold by knockout with a spinning heel kick and punches, 232 into round number 1. Of course, there was no fucking contest. It won knockout of the night. Now, let's get into some more news. 39-year-old Mark Hunt, or as I like to call him, Mark Cunt, is on a tear in MMA, winning 3 of his last 4 fights, including a bone-breaking win over Stefan Struve at UFC on Fuel 8 on March 3rd. Days after the victory, Alistair Overeem was forced out of his fight with Junior Dos Santos at UFC 160, and Hunt had stepped up. Then an 11-year-old arrest caused Hunt visa issues, and there was worry that Hunt would not be able to make the fight. Well, there is an update that actually came out about 2 hours ago. Hunt's visa issues are now underway, or are now fixed, rather. And the fight will be on this Saturday. Had it not been for that, Roy Nelson was actually being targeted as a backup. Now here's a good story. Healy fails post-UFC 159 drug test. It was revealed that UFC lightweight Pat Healy failed his post-fight drug test from UFC 159, testing positive for marijuana metabolites. Healy impressively finished top-ranked Jim Miller in his UFC debut after moving over from Strikeforce. Healy issued a statement courtesy of his manager group. Quote, I would like to start off by apologizing to the UFC, Jim Miller, the MMA community, its fans, my family, teammates, and coaches for my positive testing for marijuana after my UFC 159 fight with Jim Miller. I was fully aware of the UFC and State Commission's drug policies and made poor life choices. I stand behind the UFC and the State's Commission disciplinary actions. I support efforts to make MMA and sports a clean, safe, fair place to compete. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge and take responsibility for my mistake. I made a very poor choice to socially use marijuana, and now I must face the consequences of that choice. I can assure you that I will do everything the UFC and State Commission asks me and beyond. I will also make a conscious effort to be a better role model within the MMA community, end quote. He has been suspended for 60 days. Meanwhile, in related news, Nate Diaz suspended 90 days and fined $20,000 for remarks he made about what happened with the Healy situation. Well, the Pat Healy fight saw him awarded not one but two $65,000 performance bonuses. When a test administered by the NSAC came back positive, the bout was changed to a no contest, and Healy was out $130,000. The submission of the night bonus, worth $65,000, went to Brian Caraway, who expressed enthusiasm for the bonus and disdain for marijuana use. Quote, "I couldn't be more happy, and it was an insanely pleasant surprise," Caraway said. "All I've got to say is that it's some expensive weed." I like Healy a lot. I came up through the fighting ranks with him. We used to train together at Team Quest. I love the guy, but I have absolutely zero remorse or guilt. I hate weed. I cannot stand it. I've never tried it. I've never smoked a drug in my life. So I have absolutely zero tolerance for people that do it. I don't care if it's legal in some places or not. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Whether it's legal in real life or not, they tell you to follow the rules. You need to follow the rules, end quote. Nate Diaz, whose brother Nick Diaz has twice run afoul of NSAC tests for marijuana, took pointed offense to the remarks. Quote, "I feel bad for Pat Healy. They took an innocent man's money. And I think the guy who took the money is the biggest fag in the world," tweeted Diaz. Well, the UFC suspended Diaz for 90 days and levied a $20,000 fine. Quote, "UFC lightweight Nate Diaz has received an immediate 90-day suspension and $20,000 fine for violating the UFC's fighter code of conduct. The language used in his tweet was regrettable, offensive, and inconsistent with the values and culture of the organization and is not tolerated. The money will be donated to charity," end quote. Caraway had earlier said that he was vehement about drug use because he had a close family member with drug issues. Quote, "My oldest sister is heavily involved in drugs and has caused many hardships on my family. And she started with weed. Don't judge me. You don't know my story." Caraway later softened, said he regretted his earlier remarks. Quote, "Everyone is entitled to their opinion. It's America, but his word choice was poor, same as myself. I was too harsh in my interview about marijuana," end quote. Nate Diaz's new manager, Mike Kogan, took to the whoever would listen to him, and was saying that it wasn't a homosexual remark from Northern California, where Nate comes from. Calling someone a faggot means that they're a bitch, a punk. Yeah, right. He wasn't trying to call him a fag, because, guess what? That's the connotation of it. That's just like saying the N-word in and of itself is supposed to mean ignorant. But yet, when you say it, everyone's going to automatically assume you're calling someone, you're using the derogatory term for a black person. So Kogan, seriously, stop it. Showtime wants back in mixed martial arts, eyeing Invicta. Well, that's interesting. Showtime Sports executive Steven Espinoza recently appeared on the MMA Hour and said the biggest goal left on his checklist would be to figure out a way back in MMA. Quote, "I definitely want it back. I think we as a company want it back. We're going to be very careful because, being completely candid, there's a lot of MMA programming out there already, and the real question for us is, if we're going to get it back into it on the programming side, what is going to be the compelling reason for us to do so? What's going to be different about the organization that we're involved in as the way we present the sport? Because if we're just going to go out there and put more hours of MMA television on the air, it just doesn't make sense. If there was an obvious choice or a clear choice about getting into MMA, we would have done it already. But I agree that possibly with the highest visibility, probably the most noteworthy promotion that's distinguished itself out there, other than the ones aligned with the TV networks, is probably Invicta. The UFC relationship with Invicta is absolutely not a problem whatsoever. I still run into those guys, from the Fertittas to part of their management, from Lawrence Epstein to Peter Dropick, and it's friendly. It was a situation that didn't work out, but bygones are bygones. It was a strange situation that no one really created in and of itself. So you move on and you look for the next opportunity. We have looked at some of the international promotions, and there's a lot of talent there. It would be something new and different, but there's challenges with marketing non-English speakers in particular, considering that most MMA fighters are either Brazilian or Japanese, but whatever. There's additional costs with doing non-U.S. events, so there's a lot to consider. But we still want in, and we're looking around very carefully. Look, there's always new talent. We're always keeping an eye for amassing more boxing talent, but I liked having a well-rounded combat sports program. I think there's a lot to be said about being able to market, promote both audiences at the same time with both types of combat sports. Certainly this summer is out of the question. That doesn't give anyone sufficient time to really ramp up. So it'd either be late this year or in 2014, unless lightning struck and a deal fell in our laps that made sense immediately. I think it's more likely late 2013 or 2014, end quote. Whoever gets involved with Showtime Sports needs to be very careful, because Showtime Sports, I don't know if it's their presentation or their management, but they have so far been the catalyst between two MMA promotions closing, Elite XC and Strikeforce. So be prepared. Alistair Overeem has been out of action since February when he suffered a TKO. Hold on. When he suffered a TKO loss to Antonio Silva. Silva will now fight for the UFC heavyweight title on Saturday, and it looks like Overeem may be ready to return at the end of August, although against who is unknown. Alistair Overeem's return to the octagon is targeted for late summer. The former Strikeforce champion has been earmarked to compete at UFC 164, a pay-per-view event that takes place on August 31st. His opponent is yet to materialize. Now this is an interesting story, and I think it's really interesting. It's actually talking about Brian Caraway again. And for those who don't know, Brian Caraway is the boyfriend of Miesha Tate. At April's Ultimate Fighter 17 finale, Kat Zingano defeated Miesha Tate to earning a coach spot on Ultimate Fighter 18 and a shot at Ronda Rousey's Bantamweight Championship. Leading up to the fight, there didn't seem to be too much animosity between the two in the media, outside of your normal pre-fight trash talk. However, in a story revealed yesterday, Zingano spoke of an incident where UFC fighter and boyfriend of Tate's, Brian Caraway, reportedly elbowed her in the head on purpose. Quote, I generally like everyone until I have a reason to dislike them. I saw Caraway all week. I smiled and was respectful. I get Miesha in not being BFF's fight week. I'm not fighting her to make friends. But as far as corners go, good fights are the product of well-coached athletes with heart and talent. Brian smiled back in my face and then elbowed me in the head at the weigh-ins. I was pissed. I considered him in that same respect. I am a fighter all the same, but that was dirty and cheap to do to anyone, let alone a girl. They were both in on it, which makes it even more disturbing. If my husband or son ever pulled something like that, I would be their biggest problem. I won't be bullied nor condone it. End quote. Of course, this story is only one side of the dust-up, which of course could have been completely an accident instead of some form of gamesmanship for Caraway and Tate. However, nutritionist Josh Ford also backed up Zingano's recollection of the story. Late news out of last night's event, Renan Barão was scheduled to defend his UFC Bantamweight interim title at UFC 162 against Eddie Wineland, but a report from Brazil is saying that the fight is in jeopardy. The 26-year-old suffered a foot injury. This is according to Tatame. The 26-year-old suffered a foot injury and is unable to compete at the June 15th, 2013 event, which is set to take place in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Renan Barão is 30-1. He last competed on UFC on Field 7 in February, where he successfully defended his interim title against Michael McDonald with a fourth round on triangle. Following the initial report, MMA Junkie reporter John Morgan tweeted an update of Barão's status. Quote, was just told that Barão has a medical exam scheduled for tomorrow, which is Monday, at which point the final decision on his status will be made. That's MMA news. Let's go to upcoming MMA events. Saturday, UFC 160, Velasquez versus Bigfoot 2 for the UFC heavyweight title. Also includes Junior Dos Santos versus Mark Cunt, Glover Teixeira versus James Tahuna, and Donald Cerrone versus KJ Nunes. June 8th, UFC on Fuel TV, Nogueira versus Verdum. I actually forgot to look up what matches are on that card. June 15th, UFC 161. The main event is in question, but we'll go to Shogun Rua versus Rogerio Nogueira, Rashad Evans versus Dan Henderson, Pat Barry versus Sean Jordan, and Jake Shields versus Tyron Woodley. July 6th, UFC 162. Silva versus Weidman for the UFC middleweight title. Also includes Chen Sung-jung versus Ricardo Lamas, Mark Munoz versus Tim Boetsch, Frankie Edgar versus Charles Oliveira, Dennis Seaver versus Cub Swanson, Primo's favorite fighter. Tim Kennedy versus Hodger Gracie. Hodger Gracie. Oh, no. She's engaged to Hannah Gracie, never mind. And Dave Herman versus Shane Del Rosario. July 27th, UFC on Fox, Johnson versus Moraga for the UFC flyweight title. Also includes Rory McDonald versus Jake Ellenberger, Robbie Lawler versus Tarek Safadine, Miesha Tate versus Liz Carmouche. Michael Chiesa now has a new opponent in George Masvidal, Brendan Shaw, Matt Mitrione, and Julie Kedzie versus Jermaine. Tina just stepped out the shower. Jermaine de Random Damferner. All right. Final music break coming up. It is 9:57. We're going to go with Live and Trust with Weighted and Dive Bomber with Voice. This is the Rusty Razor Podcast. That's who I am. And you are watching us live on DIU TV. Okay, just breaking in live real quick. I'm not bending Tina over during music break. I might do it afterward. Okay, back to music. Actually, after the show, not after music break, because we come back live after music break. And I'm pretty sure Dom doesn't want porn on DA2. Anyway.
coming up in the underground. I was more than a witness. I absorbed the message and I held it in. It became my hostage, for I felt silent for many years. I bear witness as I reappear loud and clear. With all of this power in the palm of my hands, I rip off my things and I shower. I've made the adjustments. I'm coming back, cause you can be sure your life has changed now. You don't like to trip no more. All your associations, I say you've just about lost your mind, but just forget them. They don't know that it's our time. With all of this power in the palm of my hands, I rip off my things and I shower. I am the voice of the people. I am the voice of the crowd. I speak the mind of the masses. I am the voice of the people. I am the voice of the crowd. I speak the mind of the masses. I made the call to Metro. They said got a bed for you. It'll just take 3 days. I'll be there till you pull through. Even in the jungle, where we just about lost our mind. You saved my head, man. I'll pay you back now, it's our time. With all of this power in the palm of my hands, I rip off my things and I shower. I am the voice of the people. I am the voice of the crowd. I speak the mind of the masses. I am the voice of the people. I am the voice of the crowd. I speak the mind of the masses.
You planted the seed. The knowledge it grows. I rip off my heart. Now everyone knows. They see right through me. They see what is true. The place where my heart was, it's glowing with you.
I am the voice of the people. I am the voice of the crowd. I speak the mind of the masses. I am the voice of the people. I am the voice of the crowd. I speak the mind of the masses. I am the voice of the people. I am the voice of the crowd. I speak the mind of the masses.
.05. It's time to wrap things up. And I don't know how I can wrap things up any further than just announcing what's going on. I do not know if there will be a Rusty Razor next week, and let me explain why. The first thing is that next Sunday is apparently a Memorial Day picnic over at Tina's grandparents' house that I have been requested to attend, and I do not know how long I will be there. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know how long I'll be there. I might be able to do one on Sunday, I don't know. And I hope I can make it for the Lurch and Dom live broadcast next Sunday. Because something that a lot of people don't know. Just research. Okay, Tina, no problem. Sure. Anyway, my car got towed on Friday. I got pulled over, and I had to have my car towed because I got pulled over by a cop because my California registration is no longer valid because I don't have a California insurance policy. And I'm not insured in Connecticut yet because I have to find out why my check engine light's staying on and need to pass what you call emissions. I'm used to calling it smog. But yeah, so I'm only driving my car in absolute emergencies right now, and driving to Waterbury while driving dirty is not constituting an emergency. So I'm actually going to talk to Lurch. Well, I'm actually going to talk to both Tina and Lurch this week. See if I can get a ride. See if, number one, I'll be available to. And number two, if I can get a ride down to DIU Studios. So I can either do my show and the Lurch and Dom, or just Lurch and Dom. Because they need someone to fill the bald, beautiful spot left behind by AJ. And here we go. Like, just take a look at this picture. Just go to that website, or you can go to diutv.com. There's a link to the website on there. And donate. Give some money up. It's not like you're sacrificing $150 and not getting anything. No. You'll get something. You might get a catheter. But at least you'll get something. So contribute to the AJ Brokeback Fund. Anyway, my name is Designated Dave, as it says right there. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We're going to take you out with our usual closing theme, No Oasis from Gargantua Soul. And we'll see you guys when we see you. Oh, well, yeah, yeah, then this pic, yeah, you need to donate, because this pic, which I imagine will be autographed by Lurch, or AJ, or someone. Come on, you want that on your wall. You want to get that posterized and throw it up on the wall. But anyway, it's time for me to head out. So, enjoy your week, and I will see you when I see you. In fact, I might even take over the airwaves during the week and just play more random bullshit of, you know, what we used to do back in the old days before I broke my wrist. Anyway, night, everyone. Shouldn't have double clicked it. Should single click it. There you go.